Hi guys, I'm making a very quick and dirty video on blooming your baking soda so that you can make your bath bombs. Blooming is basically only done with dyes, okay? Dyes are colorants that are pretty soluble in water. They're soluble in water, and basically what I'm doing here is adding some hot water. I'm gonna add the dye to the hot water, and I'm using the dyes I'm using today is Serafina Coastal Colors. I did use Serafina to bloom this yellow, but when I use that color dye to bloom, what happens is it turns this kind of orange color, and that's from the pH of the baking soda. Okay, so what I did do, I had bloomed it and it was orange, so I had to add a yellow to it to give it this yellow color. And what I did do is add some lakes and some yellow mica to give it this color, because it was orange. The thing is, when it's in the water it will be yellow, but the thing is the external look is orange, and I don't want my bath bomb to look orange. I want it to look yellow like it should. So it might be different for your baking soda. Your baking soda might be different than mine's, and you might get a true yellow using the dye. What I'm gonna do is try another company. I think it's called Fizzy Fairy, and I'm gonna try Fizzy Fairy yellows and see what happens with my baking soda, because I purchased baking soda from two places. Here in Canada there's this place called Bulk Barn where you get things in bulk, so I purchased from Bulk Barn. This is Bulk Barn's baking soda, and sometimes I purchase from Windy Point, but I'll be purchasing in bulk, bigger bulks next time that this is teal, and what I'm going to do here is add, this is very hot water. I add a bit of hot water here into the cup, and I'm going to use 1/8 of a spoonful of this teal. I love the teal color. Or half rather. For now, see what happens. So I have to wash this out if I want to use it for another color, because I don't want it to be mixed in with the teal color. And basically you mix it in like that, and you add the water with your color to your baking soda. I love teal. I love this teal color. If you want it to be darker, like, you have to add more color in there. And basically what you do is just rub it into your baking soda like that with your hands at first to get it really mixed in. Rub it together like that. And you keep rubbing it for until it's like until it's in the powder. See, like, this is not finished mixed yet because there's a lot of clumping. And this is not quite the color I want it to look like as yet. I want this to be a lot more darker. And when I finish doing all this, I give it an extra mix in my stand mixer to make sure it really mixes in really well. Give it a shake so the bottom can come to the surface. And these trays are fairly cheap. You can get them at a dollar store. I think I got 2 for $1.25. And you can get your kids to do this if you have kids and they really want to have a meal in your home. Let them work for their meals. Let them work. They have a place to sleep. Let them work for it. I strongly believe in teaching kids from a very young age that nothing is for free. Okay. See, it's getting that really lovely color. But I want it a lot more darker than that. So I am going to add more color to this. And I did not measure water. I did not measure. The only thing I did half of a teaspoon of the dye, 1/8 of a teaspoon in the dye. See, I want it to be like that dark. Let me show you what color I'm going for. I'm going for that dark. It's quite a bit of a workout doing this. If you don't rub it in between your hands like that, a lot of people complaining about specks. They have specks. You gotta really rub it in. I'm gonna finish this off and get it to where I want it to. I am still going to use my stand mixer to blend this in really good. I'm seeing a lot of specks in here. Just put a little bit more water to help with the dissolving of the specks, because it's pretty concentrated. So a bit more water. If you use rubbing alcohol, the color will look kind of dull. It dulls the color. So if you're using rubbing alcohol, that might be something you want to consider. Your color is really dull. I have lots of specky in here. I can go like that too. Rub it in the pan of itself. I have a lot more colors to put in here. more color. A lot of work, isn't it? Lots of work. Breaking up the color is just, that's the part that I don't really like to do. And when you're finished getting your colors all mixed in there, when you're finished, I highly suggest that you leave this to dry in a dry area, because it is cold, very cold. So I have to put this where there's a heater so it can dry. I want it really bone dry. Yeah, and that's what blooming is about. You have to get it all nice and dry, and you will see a lot better. It's a lot better results in the water, and how it foams. The color foams into, instead of getting like, a lot of people want their, when their bath bomb is in the water, they want it to have the color spill out into the foam. So this is another reason why I find blooming works better. I still have a lot of specks in my, a lot of draggy specks. Some areas you can see darker than some areas. You see that area there, over there? It's fairly dark. So I have to rub that in and get it into the mix. Okay, look at that teal. Look at that. Beautiful color. Beautiful color. Okay, on to the next. The next color is magenta, which is a very dark pink. And I only need about a quarter of this in some hot water. Because I don't have a lot of baking soda in here. Just, and mix it again. Mix it in. I think some people actually put the powder in the baking soda and then they spritz hot water on it. I've never tried that method. I don't know how that works. I like to do it this way, because that way you break up the powder really well before adding it to the and like before, mix it in. It's a little clump here. Just break it up into here like that. Oh, whoa. Ooh, magenta all over the place. Look at that. Yeah, because this is not a lot of baking soda. But I do want this to be dark as possible, because when you add, I add other ingredients, dry ingredients to this, it does lighten up the baking soda. And also with the citric acid. It lightens it up, so I may have to add some color to it after I add my other dry ingredients, especially citric acid. See how dark that got already? I love this color. I love this color. And I am just going to work that in there. And I think I've said it already. I am going to use my stick blender to finish blending this in because of the streakiness. I don't want streaks in my bath bomb. I want it to all blend into this don't forget to shake your tray if it's shakeable, or turn your baking powder, soda, baking soda, sorry, baking soda, sodium bicarbonate, whatever you wish to call it. Just make sure it's not baking powder. You want baking soda. Oh my gosh. Okay. Alrighty. I do believe I have to buy more baking soda because I think I'm out of it. Really, honestly. I am out of baking. I'm so out of it. I have to go buy some more. My goodness. I have to do that on. I have to do that during the week sometime. Not good. It is mighty cold out there. Okay. Yeah. It does take some time to get this all in there. And up, rub. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And blooming is only done for dyes. You don't need to bloom lakes. And if you're using micas, you don't need to bloom micas. But lakes now also is a bit tricky. Okay, you really have to mix it in really well. Because it's not all oil soluble and it's not water soluble. So what I'm going to be doing as of next time, because I got some streaking in my bathtub from the lakes that I used the last time, and obviously it was not mixed in properly. So, and it can go on your skin, and you don't want to sell stuff that, or even give away stuff that is going to mess up, you know. I mean, it washes right off with soap, but I'm going to, next time I use lakes, I'm going to mix it with poly and hot water and really get it mixed really well in there, and then add it to my batch. That way it's not all clumps in there. I hated that. That's the first time that happened to me. I've used it before, never happened. I don't know what happened. I did not do a good mix. And that's what happens when you don't mix these colorants properly. Even with the dye, the difference is with the dye, it goes right in the water. Once it hits water, it goes right into the water. No streaking or any of that. But with lakes, if it's not mixed properly, and if your micas aren't mixed properly in there, you need a poly survey for micas. And I'm seeing a lot of comments about poly being bad. I mean, I don't know why people put information out there that is absolutely ridiculous. It's bad, it's bad. What do you mean it's bad? There's no proof of anything that poly is harmful to cosmetic products. It's in foods. The only thing I would suggest is to ask the suppliers if it has any animal, if it's made with any animal ingredient, because if it is, some people might not want that in their product. So there's a vegetable poly out there. Just ask questions, you know. Ask, make sure you're getting what you pay for. Some people might not mind using a poly with animal, made out of animal ingredient, but some people may want to keep it all vegan friendly. So you know, being in bad bomb groups is like, so many people have so many. If you don't use a product ingredient, fair enough, but I don't see why you have to spread these ridiculous rumors about a product you don't use. I mean, some people, they go after surfactants like it's bad, it's chemical. Like, excuse me, your body processing fluids, secretions and stuff, it's all chemically made up. You know, there's chemical in everything. Water is chemicals. I don't know. What are you gonna, oh, it's chemical. I mean, new people coming into bath bomb groups, you know, it's kind of intimidating to them because they're new, and it's like they find a recipe within the group and they see poly serve it, and it's like some people just don't want to try it, probably because they're seeing things in the group about this is not good and this is bad, and the air that we breathe is not good either, but we have to breathe, right? So, you know, lay off the fear-mongering thing. Like, if you don't use SLS, just keep moving. Use what you use. I see nothing wrong with using SLS. Except I wouldn't use it to make shampoo bars because of the sulfate in it. Certain surfactants I wouldn't use, but I have my reason. It's not that I don't like it. I would use it in bath bombs for sure, because it really does, and bubble bars and stuff like that. It's, you know, it's up to you what you consider workable for your products, but I don't think you should be putting things out there that make people feel odd and off because you're using something you're just going off at an ingredient for whatever reason. I mean, coming into a Bath and Body product group where people are making things, I think you should be more sensitive to the fact that when you say these things, people who are using those ingredients, how you think that makes them feel. So this is pretty much the color I would like it to stay at this color, but I know that as soon as I add other things to it, it may lighten up. But when you wet it, it gets back, you know, to the dark color. And basically, this is how you bloom. And I hope to God this is baking soda, because I did have a container with baking powder, and I hope I didn't mix it up. I'm gonna have to double check. Oh my gosh, that's so me, so me. And look at this lovely color. It's a lovely, lovely, lovely color. These two are both dyes. This is dye, this is lake, and this is mica, for me to keep that really lovely yellow color. And I'm gonna let this dry. And all three colors are going to be mixed for a bath bomb, but it's going to have different ingredients for each one, because I want it to be some parts I want foam a lot, some parts not so much. You know, mix it up. And that will be coming up. That's the video I'll be making coming up sometime as soon as this dries. Hopefully next 3 days this dry, I can make the video and post it next week. Anyways, that's it for the blooming. If you have questions, please, if you're watching this on YouTube, leave in the comment section. I'm gonna do a live stream on Facebook with this, so you can ask me questions, as this is pre-recorded. So this is like already made, cut, edit and everything, but you can ask me questions. That way I have more time to answer your questions, instead of me doing something live stream. It's like you have to do it and answer questions at the same time. It doesn't work for me. So this is gonna be pre-recorded live stream, my first live stream for 2019. Yay! So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you learned something here. And yeah, questions, comments, you can message me on Facebook if you don't want to ask in the group, or you don't want to ask while I'm live streaming. Please feel free. Thank you anyways for watching. Thanks for your support. Don't forget to check out my other groups, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.